Good morning, good morning, good morning, my friends. This is Frederica Hutchinson with another episode of the Life Reimagined Show. Um, it's been a minute since I've had an opportunity to talk and share with you guys, and I'm so excited because we had an opportunity to come back down to the beach. And it's not because everything was great, it's actually because we've been going through some stuff. Since the last time I spoke to you guys, um, we have been working on a new nonprofit called Wings Inspire, working on my business, International Life Consultant, as well as my mom has been in probate court. And so when I tell you we have been stretched to the max, and when I say we, I'm referring to me and my mom and family, but we've been stretched to the max. And yesterday I had an opportunity to witness something, and it reminded me of my journey. It reminded me of life, because part of what my acronym for life means is living life intentionally. Like, it's a choice. A lot of times we feel like I don't have a choice. And you may be right. You may not have a choice about your circumstances. You may not have a choice about what you're going through, but you definitely have a choice about how you choose to handle the situation that you're in. And I have to say this with a disclaimer, because it's so easy when I'm sitting on the other side of a camera, and in my background is a beach, and you automatically assume, or we automatically assume when we look at other people, that, oh, life must be good. Well, just so you know, the beach was cheaper than staying where we were at. It really was. It was like 3 times cheaper. I was 2 hours away, and I thought to myself, if I have to pay to be somewhere, I want to be somewhere that I want to be at. So we drove 2 extra hours to get down to the beach. And the reason I'm explaining that is because everything that we do is a choice. Yes, there are situations and things that we go through that we don't want to necessarily do. For example, my mom has been, yesterday we went to probate court. And who wants to go to probate court? Because when you go to probate court, we already know that means you've lost someone, right? So I was looking at pictures of my mom yesterday, and it's what prompted this conversation. And I won't go into a lot of detail because I kind of talked about it already, but I do have some points that I want to talk to you guys about. You might see me looking down because I put myself some little notes because I wanted to make sure that I covered all this with you guys, because I've been thinking about this. But joy is a discipline. Is a discipline, and it's not just an emotion. And a lot of times we think that joy is it's just an emotion. It's just how I feel. I don't feel like it. I do feel like it. It's not. It's more than an emotion. It is actually a decision. It's a decision that we make. And y'all forgive me, I'm struggling this morning. But like I tell y'all all the time, I want to make sure that I jump on here. If the hair done, if the whatever, I just still want to jump on here, and I still want to be obedient, because I know there were days that I thought that I couldn't make it through, and sometimes hearing someone else's story or words of encouragement helped me through. So even though I'm feeling a little self-conscious this morning, I hadn't put my little hair gel on. I'll probably go downstairs in a little bit and throw me some hair gel on. I put me some little glitter. My daughter gonna be like, Mama, what were you doing? Y'all, I can't put makeup on. Thank God he made me cute. That's what I'm saying. Find something in your day. Find something about yourself that you like, that you enjoy, and be grateful. Be grateful, because everybody got something that somebody else wish they had, right? So one of the things that I put is joy. Make joy a daily discipline. So a lot of times people, they pray, even though they don't have faith, they'll pray. And you know, if that's not your faith, that's not your belief, whatever it is that you do, right? Whatever it is that you do, but you'll do that thing. You'll meditate, you'll channel, you'll do all those things, and yet there's no faith behind it. You're going through the motions, and then you doubt. we doubt, and just from a scriptural standpoint, anytime I'm talking, I'm always going to be referencing the Bible. I understand that everybody that's watching may have a different faith, a different belief. If that's your belief, your religion, that is your decision. But I will be sharing with you how God has helped me to heal, and how I'm making decisions and choices daily to to just continue to find peace, joy, and happiness in my life. And that's not discounting anyone else and their experiences. And I encourage people, share your experiences. People don't know. They can just assume if we're not talking about what brought us through, right? So one of the things that I was just saying is make joy daily, a daily discipline. Like, some of us would not imagine going out into the world before we brushed our teeth, right, or wash our face. So we do those things as a part of practice, and so now we're used to doing them. And what I'm encouraging you on today is to do the same thing with joy. Make it a daily practice. And for me, joy has almost been like gratitude, being grateful and just thankful for the things that I have. Some of us exercise every day. Exercise, one of those words that's kind of funny. It sounds like I'm saying it wrong when I say it, but some people, they exercise daily. They wouldn't think about getting up in the morning or starting their day without working out. But a lot of times we leave our house, we're frustrated, we're rushing, we're tired, we're picking up kids, dropping off kids, going to work, right? And we don't make time to enjoy the experience, the process. So I don't care if you live in a big city, I don't care if you live at the beach, I don't care if you live in the country. There is something in your environment, whether it's the crickets outside, whether it's the birds flying by. A lot of times we're just not taking the necessary time to enjoy the things that are around us that can bring us joy. And our focus and our perspective is so full of negativity or things that are frustrated us that we never take the time to actually be reminded or to remember or recall all the great things that we have. So number 2, I have joy requires training, right? I kind of just mentioned that a little bit. I was an athlete in school, and I remember one of my teammates, her dad was a coach, and she would always push us. And we thought we could run a mile. She would say, you can run 2 miles. And we thought we could run 2 miles. You can run 3 miles. And she kept on pushing us. And what she was doing was training us, training our mind, training our body to do more, go further than we ever thought possible. And that's what I want to encourage you guys to do. You can find peace. You can find happiness. It's not just going to fall into your lap. You're going to have to kind of grow into it. Just like when you train that body. When you first start training, it hurts. Let me tell you something about joy. It's almost the opposite of pain. It's almost the opposite of hurt. Because with joy, you have to be intentional. Sometimes I think I wrote in my notes that joy is actually, let me see if I can find it because I wanted to, I'm going to get to it. There it is. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. So I wanted you guys to think about joy like a muscle. And I was talking a moment ago about working out. And the more you work that thing out, guess what? The stronger it's going to get. So number 3, joy happens in layers. Like sometimes we can't see the joy because we can't see the joy. Because all we can see is this big old obstacle, this big old problem, this big old issue that we have, and we don't even see the joy that's right in front of us. Okay, so let me give you an example. So I worked at people considered it the unemployment office. That's not what it was, but people considered the unemployment office for about 2 years. And if you've never been unemployed, you don't appreciate your job, right? But I guarantee you, some of the people that came to visit me at the unemployment office who would share stories of despair, who would share, stories of, maybe about to lose their house, about to lose their car. Some people even about to lose their marriage because, when times get tough, sometimes people bail out. And so if you've never lost a job, you might be one of those people, and I've been that person that's like, man, I cannot stand if I have to go to this job one more day. Like, and you don't see the beauty in it. You don't see the benefit in it. You don't see that, hey, I'm able to provide for me and my family. You don't see that you have the opportunity to minister to others just doing what you were either called to do or paid to do, either one of them, right? So there are so many different ways that we can choose to look at life, and a lot of times we're just focused on the negative. And that is, I keep on putting my finger in front of the camera, but that is what I want to talk to you guys about today, is just being intentional, disciplining, is that a word, y'all? Yourself, to actually appreciate and to find joy. Okay, so joy happens in layers: emotional, mental, spiritual alignment. I want to talk about spiritual alignment, what that means to me. Might mean something different to someone else, but for me, alignment in general is just about, what do I say I want? Who do I say I am? And does it all match up? Because I can say one thing about myself and do something totally different, right? And so, but does it align? Because I'm going to tell you something about alignment. We can lie. We can lie. We can lie to our friends. We can lie to our family. But guess who you can't lie to? Guess, that's right. You can't lie to you. You can't lie to you. I've tried, and it's something about the spirit, something about us, that when we know that we're lying, we just, it don't even come out right. Now, are there some pathological liars? Yes. Are you one of them? No. So I'm not talking to about that situation. But what I'm trying to say is, it will not sit right with you. If you're not doing what you are called to do, if you're not walking in your purpose, it's going to be something that's going to continue to pull on your heartstring. You're not going to know why you're feeling this funny little way, but it's probably because you're not aligning with your call. You're not aligning with your purpose. There is something more that you're supposed to be doing, and you're not doing that thing. And so what I'm encouraging you to do is get into alignment. What are you called to do? Start having these conversations with yourself. And this is a whole nother topic for a moment, but society tells us we're crazy. We're crazy if we don't talk to ourselves. I'm telling you, you are crazy if you are not society tells us we're crazy if we talk to ourselves. That's what I meant to say. I'm saying you're crazy if you're not, because how do you know how you feel if you are not having these conversations? And that goes to gratitude. A lot of times we don't know how great we have it because, one, we're not taking out the time to appreciate the things that we have. Joy comes in acknowledgement. Joy is going to come as you start to look at your life and say, you know what? I got it bad, but guess what? It could be worse. It could be so much worse. And that's one of the things that I've learned, and one of the things that I'm grateful for, is I try to take the small things and I try to, sometimes I get real extra and it seems like I'm just exaggerating, but no. Do you know what I've been through? Do you know what I've been through? Do you know what I'm going through? And so I try to find joy in the things, the little things. And so that's what I want to encourage you on today. I just want to encourage you to find joy. And I want to leave you with two scriptures. Nehemiah 8:10 says, the joy of the Lord is my strength. So if you're feeling weak today, I want to encourage you to get your strength just from that joy. And then 1 Thessalonians 5:16 says, rejoice always. So always remember joy. Thank you again and have a great day.